Hello and welcome back to Clownfish TV. It is me, Geeky Sparkles, and today again it is only me as Neon still sounds absolutely terrible. However, he says he feels better, he just can't speak. So you're going to get me today on this Doctor Who video, which I normally would not do, but Neon really wanted me to do this one and he can't do it himself. So I will do my best. But apparently there's been this little brouhaha over the new Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa's Doctors season 3. Apparently he made comments that they were going to do season 3, and then it turns out that the BBC walked things back. And they're like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. I don't know so much if it is because we know the ratings have not been great. So we're going to look at this stuff. Before we get into it any further, please like and subscribe. If you do, I'll give you a woohoo, and we're going to talk about it. So apparently it started out with, there was a Graham Norton show. They were on the Graham Norton show and Ncuti Gatwa was on it. And apparently when he was filming the show on Thursday, he made comments that alluded to them doing a third season for sure. All right. So he said about season 3 is coming, and we know that season 2 doesn't have a release date yet. We know they're doing the Christmas special, and after that, we're going to get into a season 2. But as far as after season 2, we didn't know. Disney is also co-funding it because they don't have enough money on their own. And if it's not performing, Disney's on a tear to cut anything that isn't working or change anything that isn't working. And it seems that politically driven things don't work. And they really have gone ham-fisted on Doctor Who. I mean, so much so that when they finally got David Tennant back and he was on there for that little special thing, they spent the whole time with Donna Noble, and they had her trans child on there, like lecturing the Doctor on pronouns, but the Doctor started out as a woman. And it's just gotten so, ridiculous. And of course, everything's political. They told people if you don't like it, go touch grass. They did. They didn't watch the show. They're trying to make excuses for it. But it's been a question whether or not we were going to get a third season. Now, we know that Russell T Davies wanted to do it, but we don't know if he was getting it. So Gatwa was on the Graham Norton Show on Thursday, and I guess apparently during the show, he made comments that it was going to move forward, and then that has been changed. So what he said, allegedly, according to, this one is Cosmic Book News. So apparently he said at the recording, we did the second series this year. The Christmas special is coming up, and we are filming a third series next year. Well, not long after that, the BBC basically was like, no, we don't know what's going on with season 3. However, when they aired the Graham Norton episode, they literally changed what he said. So a lot of news sites ran with his comments. But when the show aired, they edited it to say, we finished the second season earlier this year. We've got the Christmas episode coming out, ... at Christmas, ... but it's been amazing. And before supposedly said the Christmas special is coming up and we're filming a third series next year. So they cut different things of what he said out. And apparently the BBC seems to be like saying that, we don't know what's going on yet and stuff like that. So now Deadline's out there like, oh, no, they didn't edit it at all. It wasn't true. Deadline's saying that when he recorded it Thursday, he delivered what appeared to be good news for the fans. And his comments were briefed to the press by the Graham Norton Show's publicity team on Friday morning, but his quote mysteriously changed when the chat show broadcast on BBC One later that evening. They're claiming this wasn't the BBC, but it was the show decided to liven up his answer and was not obeying a sinister request. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Supposedly, you want to claim that everybody's just demanding a third season of Doctor Who. That's your narrative, right? So he says that they're working on a third season, which would liven up the audience and the answer according to your own, point of view. But you took it out to make his answer more lively. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even track. It wasn't a sinister request from BBC bosses. Again, he started out saying that it was coming back third season. We did the second series this year. Christmas special's coming up. And we are filming the third series next year. That's what he said. They took out only about filming the third series next year. But Deadline's trying to say that the Norton Show edited his answer to make it more interesting and liven it up. Does that even make sense? It doesn't make sense. How is it anything more lively than saying, hey, the third season that y'all been waiting to hear whether it's going to live or die is going to happen? That seems awfully lively to me. That is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. That does not even make sense. And then it wasn't the sinister BBC yet. According to Deadline, this is what they said. As we've said previously, the decision on season 3 will be made after season 2 transmits. And as always, we don't comment on speculation. Season 2 will likely launch next spring. That is what the BBC said. Speculation. It came right from Ncuti Gatwa. And they're calling it speculation. But no, guys. It's mundane. It was just to liven it up. I don't think so. That doesn't even make sense. This is so stupid. Basically, what's going on is they're waiting to see how season 2 does. Probably because Disney is going to decide whether they're going to go ahead with season 3 based on season 2 performance. We know the first season did terrible. Lowest ratings. Bad. Like they're talking here. BBC responds to Doctor Who, series 14, low viewership, okay? They're talking about the ratings and about how they admit they had the lowest overnight ratings to date, dipping 2.2 million viewers. The 7-day catch-up figures also saw a series low. So overnight, 7-day catch-up, bad. They acknowledge this. Russell T Davies acknowledged this, saying, they might not be the ratings we love. We always want higher. They were perpetually bad. And they kept dropping. We're talking worse than Whittaker era dropping, all right? Not good. And then they're trying to argue that, well, the young audience, the under 30 crowd really love it. And, we're looking at when you look at plus 28 days, then the numbers are better. Well, I'm sure they are 28 days out. I'm sure if you look at plus 6 months, it's probably better than it was overnight. That's just math. I can't even. The mental gymnastics, the pretzels they're turning themselves into to make this make sense is ridiculous. He said, flat out, we're filming a 3rd series next year. When the show aired, he said, we got Christmas episode at Christmas. It's been amazing. And he took it all out. You got Deadline saying, they didn't do it. They just did it to make his answer more lively. You have Russell T Davies acknowledging that the overnights and the 7-day and the basic series, viewership has been bad. The BBC admits it's been bad. But no, guys, it's all fine here. There's no conspiracy. It's weird as fuck, but there's no conspiracy here. Maybe, just maybe, people don't like Doctor Who anymore. Maybe you've gone too far. Yeah, the Timeless Children did not help you. At all. Did not help you. And then you're doubling down on stupidity. And then people are excited you got Russell T Davies back. And then he just made it worse. I mean, you didn't think you could make it any worse than Chibnall. Yet he found a way. And Ncuti Gatwa's out there making comments and acting like an arrogant douchebag half the time. I wonder what's going wrong here. It's a recipe for disaster. But anyway, I don't know enough about this. I don't know as much about this as Neon. But as somebody just outside looking in, reading this, I'm like, what the hell? I can't even, the logic. I mean, I can't even call it logic. The narrative is so absurd. I don't know who they think they're gonna kid with this, unless you're like a diehard fan who loves any shit they crap out, laps it up. I don't see how any rational person would see this and think, oh yeah, there's no nefarious thing going on here. This is insane. Anyway, please like and subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfish-.com. That's clownfish-.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfish-.com. Thank you so much for the support.